Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new starter deck 2011 Dawn of the XYZs, and let's get started.
It's gonna be good.
All right. So first of all, this deck is like a 43 card deck, like most starter decks. So you can see, first couple of cards are the new XYZ monsters or the Exceed monsters, however you want to call them. Um, I'll explain a little bit about those later on at the end of the video. By this way, this deck comes with 3 of them. And let's start off. So the first card is Zubaba Knight. Tension, Feedback Warrior, uh, Keyman the Key Warrior, uh, Gunbaba Knight, Field Commander Raz, definitely one of my favorite cards of this deck. Speedbird, Majestic Mech Sunku, Giant Rat, it's a classic right there. Uh, Shine Knight, here's another classic. Blade Knight, Trident Warrior, Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, Vengeful Shinobi, Shining Angel, Gene Warped Werewolf, Luster Dragon 2, uh, Spirit of the Harp, that's another classic, and Luster Dragon 2 is a classic. Here's another classic, here's Blade Knight, and the last classic of this deck is Marauding Captain. Now we'll move on to the spell cards. XYZ Energy, Swords of Revealing Light, Blustering Winds, The Warrior Returning Alive, Harmonic Waves, Lucky Iron Axe, Fisher, Poison of the Old Man, Mystical Space Typhoon, and Banner of Courage. So surprisingly, this deck comes with a few classic cards, a couple of staples. The abilities of the new monsters, they're okay. Really not too useful though. But then again, these are like the only new cards of the new Yu-Gi-Oh series, or new Yu-Gi-Oh era, I should say. So we really can't say too much bad things about them yet. But anyways, let's move on to the traps. So there's Reinforced Space, XYZ, XYZ Effect, Shield Spear, Limit Reversed, one of my favorites. Here's a card that's definitely worth getting. This deck, Mirror Force. It makes it a lot easier to find Mirror Force because I know it's definitely a card that everyone's after. Raigeki Break, Reinforced Truth, yeah, Trap Hole, 7 Swords of the Bandit, last but not least, Dust Tornado. So that leaves the deck. Now let's move on to the XYZ monsters. So the first XYZ monster is number 39, Utopia. Gachi Gachi Gontetsu, and Granosaurus. Now, these are completely different from Synchro Monsters, and in my opinion, so far they're actually a lot better than Synchro Monsters. They're way easier to summon. You don't need any specific monsters, at least not yet. Um, in the new Yu-Gi-Oh anime, which we may or may not be getting in the U.S., seeing as 4Kids is still in their lawsuit, these number versions, especially this one says number 39, these number XYZ monsters, they're special, and there's a whole story behind them, and if you want to learn about them, just go online. I can guarantee you find them, but it's still XYZ. But the way you summon these is simply just read what it says on the card. So this card specifically asks for 2 level 4 monsters. So what you would do is you would take 2 level 4 monsters. So give me a second. So if you had 2 level 4 monsters on your field, like so, it doesn't matter which position they're in, but whatever. So if you had 2 level 4 monsters, either attack or defense position, what you would do is you take one of them, stack it on top of the other, and then you put the XYZ monster right on top. And that's basically how you Exceed Summon. And every time you want to activate your Exceed monster's ability, you would have to send one of these 2 cards to the graveyard. So that's basically how it works. That's all. So yeah, um, they're pretty cool. I especially like this guy. I really do like number 39 Utopia. This is actually the ace card of the new main character, whose name is Yuma Sakumo. And again, if you want to learn about the new 4th Yu-Gi-Oh series, uh, I would tell you now because I have plenty of time, but that's not really the purpose of the video. So just check that out online. If you want to learn more about these XYZ monsters, or Exceed monsters, however you want to call them, go ahead and go online and look for that. So that's basically it. And have a good rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed the video.